As I said at the beginning, I will go over one dishonorable and honorable mention before we say the number one spots. So without further ado...
I know I say that every time, but this time really, nothing will stop me.
You might have noticed that Super Smash Bros. Brawl has been referenced in the video quite a bit. Hey, I love this game. But because I don't want to go into too much detail, I will say that I actually like the Subspace Emissary. Okay, I'll admit, the story was cliché, but to me it was still worth playing through. And the cutscenes were also a joy to watch. However, the only problem that I can say, and spoilers by the way, is the random villain selection. First they choose the Ancient Minister, a new character. Then they say that Ganondorf is the main villain. Then you find out he was working for Master Hand, which in my opinion he should have been the main villain to start with. But no, it had to come to this. Around the end of the game, you find out that Master Hand was being controlled like a puppet the entire time. Who is he being controlled by? Well, a new character named Taboo. We hardly have any idea who he is, what he wants to do with the world, even after he's defeated. Once you get his trophy, where is actually where you get the most information out of him, you find out that he was the true creator of this land the entire time. One thing that just absolutely bugs me is how they didn't even bother explaining his backstory completely. So then some questions came to my mind. Has he been controlling Master Hand the entire time? Has he been controlling Crazy Hand as well? Has he really created the entire Smash Bros. Universe? Has he really built the entire subspace as well? What source did he use to create his subspace bugs? I mean, at least Master Hand and even Crazy Hand had their backstories, so why couldn't Taboo have his? Were any of these questions answered at least?
No!
Not only that, but he also managed to wipe out the entire roster, except one character, that being Sonic the Hedgehog. Wait a minute! If he was the creator of this universe, shouldn't he have seen this coming at least? Again, another unanswered question. And I'm sure you all know about the infamous Great Maze. Well, another unanswered question. Why did he create it exactly? After you beat him, he restores the world. But however, final unanswered question. What became of him after his death? However, he's lower on this list because I like the fight against him and his theme is pretty cool. But regardless, Namco, please give Taboo a backstory in the next game. And since I'm still talking to Namco about the next Smash Brothers,
I know I say that every time, but this time really, nothing will stop me.
after a long, unnecessary hiatus, he's here, he's back, the one, the only, King K. Rool! In my opinion, leaving K. Rool off the list would practically be a crime, so he just had to be on here somewhere. First, his design. Not only is he a king, but he's also a pirate, a mad doctor, and a heavyweight boxer. This can also link up to his personality. He's a leader of an army known as the Kremlings. And these Kremlings are just so stupid that it's just actually kind of funny. And believe it or not, his personality is actually pretty similar to this. And the fights with him are really fun. These fights really test your skills, and it's one of the best examples of that as well. However, it was kinda shabby in the spin-offs. So you think you're gonna destroy DK by beating him in a climbing contest? Oh, he's so evil! Him is an amazing rapping!
I'm a reasonable, raving, dirigible despot. I'll tell you what, we'll trade like a stock exchange. Wheel a deal, how's a deal, it's a steal. Diddy for the coconut for Diddy.
But his motive is where he shines. His motive is to take DK's banana horde so that they starve to death? That actually sounds really dark. And this is supposed to be a kid's game. But there is one disappointing thing. In the original game, he was just so persistent, but nowadays, not so much. I heard he wasn't in Donkey Kong Country Returns because he sailed away. Well, that's a disappointment. So in short, I think that King K. Rool is a great villain. I don't think much more needs to be said. But one question. Why can't he be a ninja? Pointless joke for the win.